Alright guys, I think I'm gonna have to admit it. I think I'm becoming a bard. So, recently you might have heard I got myself a kalimba. If you don't know what a kalimba is, let me educate. This right here is a kalimba. It's an African musical instrument. It is incredibly fun to play. So, just for as an example, alright, that took me multiple attempts to actually get right, believe it or not. Because if you're an avid watcher, you may have noticed that I have played this in the past on the channel. However, if you haven't, it's mostly been on non-tutorial videos, so it would make sense that you may not. There we go. That you may not have heard of it. But pretty much that's the kalimba. It's fairly easy. Now, the reason I got it was I went through a pretty bad time last year, almost around this time, and I just needed something to distract me a bit. So I thought, let me just try the kalimba. I'll probably not like it, but I might, and if I do, then I know I like it. And turns out I loved it, and I played it forever, for months on end, and I learned like the coolest of beats. I can't play any of them anymore because I haven't had the time to play it, unfortunately. But I had some of the coolest beats memorized. It was amazing. I absolutely loved it. But nearing the end of last year, I started feeling, wow, I need a new challenge. The kalimba is too easy. It takes me 5 minutes to learn a tune. It's not really that difficult to learn. It's actually the easiest instrument, I think, to learn because it is super easy. The first time you play it, you're probably going to think, I will never be able to play this thing right here. Give it a week and you'll probably be playing it smoothly. So it's not really a difficult instrument to learn, and you can play some really impressive stuff with it. Even modern songs, which you may not think, but you can play modern songs with it. So it's pretty cool. Now you might be thinking, okay, now if I was at the kalimba, what exactly would be the next step if I wanted something more complex, more difficult? Something that's not as difficult as, let's say, a piano or a violin, but still easy enough for me to get into without 5 years of practice. You might be thinking guitar, but that's on the way. I'm not a big fan of a guitar. I am thinking of maybe getting a ukulele because that could be fun. But anyways, then I went and I decided to go full bard and get myself a lyre harp. Now, fun fact, there is not really something such as a lyre harp. This is just a lyre, but I think for SEO purposes, because a harp is super expensive and it is super popular, people decided, like, it looks like a harp, it plays like a harp. This is a lyre harp now. I think that's what happens. Also, if you search for things with just using lyre, you don't always find what you want. So I know a lot of people don't like that you have the lyre harp, but I kind of like the distinction between lyre and lyre harp because it does help when you search for things online. Now, the lyre harp is pretty easy. I'll play you a little tune as well just to get you introduced to the lyre harp. There's a little tune. Hopefully that audio came out as expected. And yeah, that's the lyre harp. And I just got it like yesterday. You can even see the boxes like standing right there. There, the boxes. Everything's inverted, my bad. But yeah, you can pretty much see them standing right there. And you might have noticed I played with a pick and not my fingers. The thing is, I can play with my fingers. Issue is, if you don't have nails, you can't really get the sound out nicely. So the pick is really great while I'm waiting for my nails to grow out, because at some point you're going to have to move on from the pick if you want to play some of the more complex songs, such as I have seen. And that's kind of what I want to do. I want to play the complex songs. So we'll get there. But pretty much, considering I've had this for only a day and I can play a tune that's not so simple on the kalimba, which is funny because the kalimba is actually kind of, this specific tune is kind of difficult on the kalimba. It's very strange because some tunes are easy on both. There are some tunes that are just difficult on the kalimba and then easy on the lyre harp, and then vice versa, where it's difficult on the lyre harp but then super easy on the kalimba. It's actually very interesting to see. And I also have to take note, before the kalimba, I had zilch experience in music whatsoever. Last music class I had was, I think, like in grade 3, and I failed it. So I had no prior knowledge of any music. So tuning some of these things were also very difficult. I think I'll probably make a video on how to tune the lyre harp at least in the future, because if I ever come back, then it could be nice to just see it. Because it's not very difficult, but it is very difficult to do it your first time, especially if you just don't know what you're looking for, because they go like, I think it's Sarah on Mars. I love her content, she's awesome, but I have noticed that when she told us how to tune it, I didn't quite understand how to do it. I had to go through a bunch of things. ChatGPT didn't help much until I finally found the tuner that just worked, that just clicked with me as a complete beginner, with zero understanding of any of the music symbols, with zero understanding of what should actually be happening. And I don't know if it's tuned correctly, but it sounds okay now. The first time I tuned it was horrible, but it does sound kind of okay now. And if it did sound a bit off as well, it's because I only tuned it this morning, haven't tuned it since, and since it's so new, it's going to need time for the strings to really settle in before it stays tuned. This is just an update video. I have been becoming a bard in my free time, so I'm soon be able to activate bardic inspiration on my allies during combat. I think that's going to be pretty cool. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you might also be wondering, where has I been with YouTube stuff? Just another update. I'm pretty busy on the side. I've been doing a lot of overtime work. Just didn't have a lot of time for YouTube, unfortunately. But don't worry, I will still be keeping posting on YouTube. I do like YouTube. I might be moving a little bit away from just programming stuff, just to put a little bit filler between programming videos, because I have trouble getting to them. Because a lot of time, the scripting, the filming, the refilming, the editing, the refilming again after editing, because I do follow scripts and stuff, but sometimes I just realize it kind of sucks. Sometimes I just realize that the script kind of sucked. I want to redo it. And then I redo it, and sometimes that really clogs up the whole thing, because now something that should have taken me like 2 days at most, it takes me like a week or even 2 as I film it, redo it, film it, because it's just never perfect, just never right. Like the Afrikaans video, I think it was 6 months since the first one. I have filmed the second part like 5 times. The first time it was so perfect, I did it perfect the first time, but then my audio didn't record. I was very angry. And I think at some point it also just blurred out. So it just stopped focusing on the video itself. And I was very angry about that. But I've refilmed it like 5 times. I just couldn't get it back to that level. I'm trying to get it right now so I can just get the thing out. But we'll see. I just have a lot of trouble getting things the way I really want it. Because as the channel grows, my standard that I want things to be also grows. But that's a very difficult standard to keep. And it takes time. And then more time things take, the longer takes for things to come out. I'm also bringing out another video, and I don't want to spoil it, but it might contain some gifts that you might be interested in. It will not be another programming tutorial, so you'll know when you see it, but it might contain something you'd enjoy, especially if you are South African. So there's a lot of things. This is pretty much just an update video. I've been working on stuff, programming and non-programming stuff. I've been trying to expand a little bit into gaming, but my gaming time is also limited. I do have an Afrikaans gaming channel if you're interested. However, this channel is minimal effort. It's just me and my friend having fun. So we just upload it, see if anybody likes it. If they like it, then they like it. If they don't like it, then they don't like it. It's just the gaming stuff, and it's in Afrikaans. So if you want to learn or know more about Afrikaans, or if you are Afrikaans and want to see Afrikaans gaming videos, there will be a link to that in the description, which you can go check out. Also, links will be in the description for both the kalimba and the lyre harp. So yeah, to summarize, I'm becoming a bard. I won't be uploading as much, but I'm still trying to upload. I'll be uploading bigger variety of content at least, just until I can get rid of all of this extra work and just focus on YouTube again. Also, if there are any specific videos you would like me to make, please don't mention DDLC. I'm not going to make DDLC videos. I can already hear the comments. No DDLC. But if you have any videos you want me to maybe work on, to create, that you'd be interested in, programming or non-programming, both will be awesome. I'll take them into consideration, throw them into my programming box of ideas, which I might actually show a picture of it here if you want to see it. Also, just note, I might be taking part in the game jam this year, if time allows it. If time allows it, I will be taking part in it, and if anybody wants to take part along with me, go for it. There's no guarantee. I might actually just not do it. It highly depends on my time. But if you are interested in maybe trying out a game jam, because I know a lot of you followed my gaming tutorials, if you're interested in game jam, I'll leave a link to where I'll be getting my details in the description. You'll just have to check the time. I don't know. Actually, I can just check the time for you. Let me go check. Alright, so the next game jam, which is the Brackies game jam, starts in 18 days. So that's next month. And then there is the Game Dev JS game jam, which starts in 2 months. I might skip the Brackies because I'm probably still going to be busy in 18 days. However, I might be open for the game jam that starts in 2 months. So the Game Dev JS jam. So if you want to join me in a jam, you can feel free to. I might even stream it a little bit. That could be a really fun experience. I've always wanted to join a game jam. I just never had the time or encouragement to do so. But I think after all of this work, I'm just going to chill with a little bit of game jam. That might be just what I do. Alright, this video has dragged on more than long enough. It's nice to see you all again. It's nice to just get it out there. I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. And yeah, I will see you all again in the next video, which will hopefully be a tutorial if I can stop refilming it. Alright, see you all in the next video.